Hey everyone, welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host, Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, you already know we got to give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey. Keep it hard, guys. Also, if you want to learn how to tattoo or you want to get a tattoo, make sure you hit up the Connect Ink. And for the best jewelry, gold, make sure you get at For His Glory. And if you're in Paramount, go ahead and go eat at Fatimas Grill. On today's episode, we have Brown Man. Welcome to Indicted TV.
Thank you guys, man.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
I'm a little nervous. You guys can see. Thank you guys for having us, man. For real, appreciate it. See you guys doing your thing. Thank you guys.
No, thank you.
We're grateful to be here. Thank you
for being willing.
Let's
to
roll.
Share your experience.
Yeah, for sure. You guys created a platform like this to share it. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people watching, a lot of kids watching. I see this show as, telling these kids what not to do,
Yes.
This is a show where you, unfortunately, talk about the joint and shit, but all you little, this is what you don't do. This is how you don't end up there. So, yeah, it's a good platform you guys got going on.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us.
So tell me, where you grew up, where, what area are you from, your mom, dad, how was the inside of your house growing up?
Yeah. So, from the city of Chino, California, that's the IE, Inland Empire. Some people might know it like 909, all that. That's us right there. Chino, California, born and raised. We're generational there. My family's been there forever.
Okay.
My grandpa landed there, I think, way back in the days. My grandma too. I think my grandma's like indigenously like from this area, like from there forever, Yeah, we're from there. Inside of the pad was crazy. It was beautiful. It was good though. We grew up like that in the barrio. 25 people, 20 people in the house. Everybody lived at my grandma's, you know what I mean? That's how we grew up. So, find a spot on the floor and crash out every day. That's how it is. That's how we lived. So that was
Wherever
fun.
you guys fell asleep, that's where your mom was going to cover you.
Yep. Or a lot of times we had just a pile of blankets and, everyone go get your blanket and make your little bed. Like we know that's where we're sleeping,
Oh, yeah.
So that's how we grew up. But the good thing about that's once in a lifetime. You're growing up with all your primos, primas, everybody in the pad every day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we had a blast with it. We didn't know.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Before that's just how it was. Like everybody just was at what house. Everybody slept together. It's just what it is.
Yeah, we didn't really know that we were like that poor. We knew it was kind of bad, but we didn't really trip because we're so caught up with the daily life with all the primos, the house is alive, you know what I mean? Getting your ass whipped, everything, So that's how we grew up. Mom was doing her thing. She, my mom. So I got two moms, right? So my biological mom, she ended up going to the joint herself when I was like, I don't even think I was a month old, and she was gone. So my sister at the time, she was like 16, 17, and she started raising me. So that, to this day, that's my mom. That's your
sister.
Yeah, that's my mom.
So you guys are 16 years apart.
Yeah. I think she's like 17. She was going to be 17 or something like that. Yeah, so that's my mom right there. I love both my moms, but, that's the story.
No, that's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope that your sister, she was a strong young lady and was like, this is my baby brother. I'm not going to let anything happen to him. And it's just in our nature to be caring. Maybe not for all because, unfortunately, but it's not for all. But
she did that. Yeah, that was her stance. Like, nah, come here.
This is my baby brother.
And then, although she was being raised by my grandma too, she was being raised by my grandma because my mom, she was thugging it out. She was doing her thing, and who knows what she was going through at that time. You know what I mean? So we can't really judge her on it.
Of course.
And then, so luckily, my grandma was there for all of us, and then my sister, who's my mom, was there for me. But we still kind of live with my grandma. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And then we ventured out.
With your sister.
Yeah, and then that's when we were really thugging it out because it's tough for her, Yeah, so, and the lifestyle, that we live is just kind of, it is what it is. As soon as you step out the door, the real world hits. There's drugs, there's guns, there's incarceration. So her being faced with all this,
was it just you, or was it you and your did you have other siblings?
Well, it was just me and her to start,
okay.
And then she had a boyfriend. He was like my stepdad, Jason, white boy. That fool like a Miklo type dude. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he went to the joint too, ran with the homies. He's cool, man. So he was right there, but he was just a kid too. So they're running around,
They're 18.
Yeah, they're getting in the mix. They're using drugs. So low key, I kind of grew up in motels, like, right, like, yeah. And so we kind of grew up like that for years, not just like a motel stay, like we lived there for years. That's where we grew up at.
It's probably like the cheapest thing to do.
Well, when they're living that lifestyle, that's the way it is, like, and we didn't know no better. Again, I was having a blast. We were having fun. Every ass whooping I got, I'm sure I deserved, so I don't even look at that like, what I mean?
Was it like that even when you started going to school?
Yeah.
And how was that for you? Or you didn't even know any better?
Nah, it sucked. I didn't like that. That shit used to be like sometimes embarrassing. Like, I wouldn't even take the bus. I would walk to school. If I knew the bus stop was over there and all those kids gonna see me walk out of this place, I'll go the back way and take off walking this shit.
I'm sure that definitely took a big effect in your life. That's,
I mean,
sure it does.
After that was like when I was younger. At a certain point, it was like I didn't even, like, what the fuck? I'll fuck this fool up. He says something stupid or tries to clown,
Yeah.
Yeah, but nah, it just became like second nature's habit. It was nothing. And in that time too, we would be out of the motel. We'd be back with my grandma. You know what I mean? So we'll always go to my grandma's house no matter what. So,
She was
but
always willing to take you guys.
yeah, it was just like that. That's how my grandma's house was always is. Everybody lived there. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it was cool. And through all that, we were going through it. It wasn't like nothing. It was just like, because
Normal life for you.
yeah, I didn't think nothing. I didn't be like, sometimes I would get pissed off at my mom, but she was doing it. She was doing the best she could. You know what I mean? So I couldn't even judge him or nothing. It was just thugging it out. Low key, I'm grateful for all that because that shit made me who I am. You know what I mean? That shit ain't nothing. It ain't no thing. And it also, for my mom, when she had two other sons, with Jason, they had kids. So she learned a lot with me. You know what I mean? So if I'll go back and do it again, I'll do it again. So, those little guys, my little brother was a homeowner at 21, full ride scholarship. You see what I'm saying? So she learned a lot with me for these guys can get it right, So it's how it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
So she was thugging it out, drugs, incarceration herself, in and out. It's the life, man. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And then you like us that pop up out of it like, hey, check out the shit we've been through, you know what I mean?
Don't do it.
And look at us now, type shit. Yeah, and don't do it. Just we went down the road. You got any questions about that road, come and ask us. We'll let you know all about it because it's not the way, But yeah, that's...
Because some of us don't have a choice. You didn't have a choice.
That was born into that shit.
It was just, and you don't have a choice. So it's like you just did what you need to do to save yourself. Instead of like some of these kids or even, just people, just these fools, like thinking it's like cool. Like, bro, it's not. Appreciate what you have.
Exactly.
Should you have your mom? Appreciate you have your dad. Appreciate that they're outside the house talking shit to you.
Like you said, like it's cool, It's not cool. And thinking about it, like the primos, like everybody, they all grew up like similar, like they were missing a parent, something, this, that, someone's in jail. So as kids, we didn't really even think about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, don't got this. We didn't even thought about it until we get older. It's like, damn, we kind of grew up kind of rough, dog. Hey, mom, I don't think that shit was normal, man. Shut the hell up, Like we could laugh and talk about it now because everybody's definitely at a different level now. My mom's doing great, man. Both my moms, everyone's doing good. Family's doing good. Good. So we could laugh at that shit now, but it's like, damn.
But like with our kids, it's like, listen, don't get messed up.
Yeah, like, they get it too though because none of the kids. That's another thing. They're all watching too. They all know they got it in them, but none of them's on the fast track to prison.
Thank
you
God.
know what I mean? Like,
thank God.
We got everyone's graduating high school. None of us even graduated high school. We got college kids. We got nephews in the Marines or in the Army. You know what I mean? Niece went to the Marines. So it's a different thing.
And do you think? Okay, so you're saying like, your family, you were like born in California, Southern California, Chicanos, Mexicans, in those days, that's just the way it was. Like to look like the suiters, like you either were that or you were just like the lady cleaning. Like it wasn't like how it is now at all. As far as like, kind of, you didn't really have a choice not to be from a gang kind of vibes.
Right.
Being a Mexican in Los Angeles or Southern California way back then.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think... this even not just to be be from a gang. It's just the lifestyle, living, growing up in
Here.
a barrio, like
Yes.
because
It's just what it was.
You know,
Yeah, not a gang.
yeah, just like growing up in that neighborhood, the barrio. It's like a little village. So even if the little primo's not from the hood, but he got all hood tendencies, you know, he's ready to throw down, he's ready to take a walk down the alley with you, he's ready to fight, you know, but he got good grades. You know what I mean? So
and it's just a little Mexican boy.
it's just
way
growing
back
up in
then.
that
Yep.
environment. You really had no choice but to learn the lessons that come with all that. You know what I mean? Most of us, unfortunately, did go, and it wasn't even like join anything. It was more like we're always together, anyways. This is us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I don't even mean like your generation. I mean like your grandparents.
Oh yeah, like my grandpa too. So
Yeah,
like
that's
they
what I'm
were.
saying. Like
My
us.
grandpa used to work on cars and stuff. So naturally, they had like car clubs. You know what I mean? Like so, like that's what you're saying. Like you come together in the water, and them car clubs. You know, they weren't a gang, but they were looked upon as such. You know what I
Because
mean?
before you couldn't be, it wasn't cool to have a
But they
lowrider.
didn't have no choice. They just did it organically. Like we all worked the cars together. Vámonos, we're gonna go, and now we're a gang. Like what the hell? You know, label that.
But
You
that's
know.
just what it was because it was so racism and I was all of that with your grandparents' era. Like even for my grandparents' era, like he would come from Mexico. My grandma would stay in Mexico, and he was like the suitor kind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like way back then, and he would just send the money over. But it was, you get what I'm saying.
It's
Like,
generational, man. You know, it's generational, and the same thing goes with the incarceration. That shit's
because
it's
they
al-
didn't
it's
like it.
almost
Those, like the American me, like like it's exactly that's how it really was.
that's a true story. Like the what's it called, the lagoon, or was it the I forget what they did, but they busted a bunch of the pachucos,
Like
and
the Marine thing, like when from the
and
American
them fools, if you think about it, those guys were all A numbers, you know, when they first busted them. But if you go back and look like systemically, man, we could go on a whole topic of that. But
We're not doing that.
no, but it really does. They were A numbers, you know, and
And they were just getting arrested
and they
because
just
they
kept
looked
getting
the way
it.
they looked.
Exactly. And if that's how it is. That's why our prisons are filled with us and the Africans, the African Americans, you know, because that's it, man. Let's go. It's a system thing.
Yeah.
But, you
All
know?
right. So, at what age did you, obviously, because you were small, you were already getting in trouble. Did you actually start to get in trouble with the law?
I didn't get in trouble. Why you assume that shit, man?
You said that shit earlier, fool.
No, yeah, we used to fight a lot. With the law, I think the first time I went to jail, I think I got like tickets for like a knife or some shit when I was little. But when I first went to jail, got handcuffs and went to jail, I was 14 years old. Yeah, I was 14 years old, and that was because my mom too. My mom doing her thing, like I said, man. My mom a G, and she got hands too, right? And she'll fight like grown men. So she at this time, now I'm 14 though, you know, and she comes home and I think she had like a black eye, a bloody nose, and it like just happened, you know. And I'm like, what the like what happened, mom? What the hell? And she's, oh, don't worry about it, mijo, you know, move, you know. I'm like, nah, man. And it's like the first time where I was like, man, what happened? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And she told me, and boom, I take off. My primo was with me too. My uncle was there too, and I grabbed something. My uncle used to have like decorative like daggers and swords and shit up, and I was like, took off, grabbed him. My uncle was like, what the f me that shit? Anyway, so he takes that good thing, take off down the street. I know exactly where it's at. Boom, my cousin's following me. Go into the house. His wife is like, he's not in here, blah, blah, blah. Then I go downstairs. He's in the alley. Boom, sure enough. He's a grown man. He was like 40 years old. He wasn't like the biggest grown man, and he was probably a drug addict too, you know. But I beat the dog shit out of him, like beat him. Like he's down on the ground, and I'm just beating him. Boom, the cops come and everything. And I'm still on him. And I go to jail for that.
Got it.
That was my first time I ever went to jail. So, and then
And you went to juvenile hall.
I went to juvenile hall. But within a couple of days, I was out. Charges were dropped and everything. You know.
So you did stay a couple of days.
Yeah.
And how was it for you? Because it was your first time, you know.
I was crying for my mom right away. No, I'm just fucking. Nah, it was like it was a feeling almost like couldn't wait to get there. You know what I mean? Like we couldn't like. Yeah, so I was just already, you know what I'm saying?
No,
growing
it's
up,
just you with your family. You're from, your family's from wherever, a certain area, and it's just you're just with it. It's
Yeah.
just you. I get it.
yeah, nah. So we just grew up in the neighborhood like that, right? So I'm in there, hell yeah, I'm banging in there right away off the top. Like that's what we know, you know. But we already know from the other homies coming out of juvenile hall, everyone's, primos, everybody, they're already a couple years older. They already been through this. Like it's natural. That's where we're headed, and we're gonna go, and we're gonna go represent. You know what I mean? So yeah,
And you're gonna go rep Chino.
hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, we.
So you
yeah.
get there, you're banging. Did you get in any fights your first time?
Nah, the couple days, nah. I didn't get into no shit. And then San Bernardino, I went to West Valley Juvenile Hall. At the time, West Valley Juvenile Hall was like brand new too.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't really like super popping. I get out. The next time I went back though, yeah, it was cracking.
Because you got on probation.
Yeah, probation. I went, and then I went for like a little violation, like, and then after that, then I caught a brand new case when I was 15.
Do you want to tell us about your case?
The brand new case. So it was a carjacking and street terrorism or some shit. I don't know what that even means. But they're trying to break my ass out. They're trying to get me so I was 15. They're trying to get me till I was 23 and why this and that. So I was like, damn, grandma, like I was just playing, Nah. So, but what ended up happening was that I fought it for a little bit, for like 6-7 months in juvenile hall. Not like 5 months. And then I ended up getting camp time. It was a camp in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania that I had a chance to go to. And they were only for 90 days. But I had to go over there to go do it. But I said, I ain't going over there.
Pennsylvania.
So I went up north, and it was for a 6-month program. It was like a straight boot camp. It was the last stop before you go to youth authority. So I go up there, and then I turned that shit into like 15 months. I ended up doing like 16, 17 months.
Because you kept getting in trouble.
It was cracking. That shit was fun. It was cracking. And yeah, I did eventually graduate. I eventually started like programming and being good, and you know what I mean? And I graduated through that camp eventually.
Through that. Because there's like a lot of camps down here, but you didn't get to go to the one.
Nah, we went on a plane. We went on to Ontario Airport from juvenile hall. We were shackled. There was 3 of us. We were shackled up, and they took us in behind the cop car, took us to Ontario Airport. When we got to Ontario Airport, there was probably like 5 Ontario PDs, and then there was like 3 probation officers that were going with us on the plane. So, but they unhandcuffed us, and we could walk through the airport freely.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, because they couldn't. It's not like a Con Air or nothing. They couldn't. We're going through a public airport.
You can't be walking.
But that's why they had all the hood. So we thought we were all bad and shit. Walking through the airport. Yeah, I swear. I swear. And that's the first time I ever been on a plane. I was scared. I was like, hell no, this is crazy. But we went to Sacramento, and we landed in Sacramento Airport. And then boom, from there, the people from the camp picked us up, and they handcuffed us right away, and then we were back in jail.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
What were you wearing when you were walking through there?
They put us back in our clothes.
Regular clothes.
Yeah, so I had like.
But they're dirty?
Nah, because I was kind of fly. They were all wrinkled and shit. I had like some checkered shorts with big ass checkered shorts with a white t-shirt, long socks. So we were banging. The homie, he was on a 90-day eval from YA, so he was in his YA clothes. He was in his YA clothes, and then we had some white boy. He was all skatered out. But yeah, we were in our regular clothes. That shit was crazy.
And the people were staring at you guys or no?
Well, yeah, because we had like 5 cops and 3 probation officers with us, and we were 3 little kids. Like, these guys
are bad.
Yeah, like what's going on over there? So that's why we thought we were like, we thought we were all bad, all stupid. But yeah, that was an experience. First time on a plane. And
no, for sure it was.
Yeah, that's what.
Did you were nervous to get in the airplane?
Yeah, I was scared. I don't want to go on an airplane. Shit, now I go on an airplane like nothing, but shit, I'm scared of heights. I ain't going on an airplane, but I had no choice.
Yeah. So you get to Sacramento, you said.
Yeah.
And what kind of? You said it was like a boot camp or whatever, but was it like a super? Like you had to wear your boots.
Yeah.
Like
once you get there, they shave your head.
Oh,
right?
dang.
They sit you down, they shave your head, and they give you greens and boots. They give you your whole fatigues. It's like army. And all these guys are like Marines, the staff. They're like drill sergeants and shit. So it's really, really like that. In your face.
You have to say that. Wow.
Yeah, like talking shit.
You're pissed?
Yeah, hell yeah. In the beginning.
Did you take off on one of the Marines?
Nah, we did.
How scary is that?
No. Nah, like it was just because the way they would do it, they'll break everybody off for one person. So you start learning that shit, like, like, hey man, breast stinks, like, man. And it was hands on too, like, so they would slam us and smash us,
Oh wow.
But they were good people.
For sure.
They were good people that, like, they were like father figures, all of them, even though they're assholes.
After a while, you got to realize that.
Hell yeah, they want us to win, but they're just tough love, and they wouldn't like beat us up, but they'll snatch us up, like, bam, fool.
Like, relax.
Yeah, kick your little ass back,
Yeah.
And then they'll sit you down and talk to you, and it was a good experience for me because I went through it in the beginning because just fighting. It's like phases, and then you get dropped back down.
Hey, you were fighting for what reasons?
Because we're up north.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were up north, and it was just on site. It was like, I never been to YA, but I would assume it's just
same way.
popping. It was just live. It was just popping. You know.
Yeah.
You're going by the same shit. They're popping your ears. They're disrespecting. They're saying something stupid.
Most
Everybody it's a bunch of kids.
Yes.
You know, ready to for this madre. They don't give a. You know? So it's just constant like that. And then or the homie. I had a homeboy from my neighborhood up there with us. And he got some shit going on. We got some shit. The other homie got some shit going on. It's just constant.
And how was the food?
The food was good.
Oh, good.
It was very good, actually. Yeah, they made like homemade bread in the morning. Every morning, that shit was good. It was a good experience. School.
I love that you say that. You know, I love that you say that you actually look back, like right now you're looking back and you're, you know, kind of reminiscing and you're saying like, you know, those people were cool. Because most of the time people are like, no, those people, obviously, they'll look at it in a negative manner, not realizing that you really were there to tighten up, you know?
I remember my grandma and them went to go see me. They drove 9 hours.
Aye.
I was like, what the hell? Why you guys
God
do
bless
that?
your
I didn't
grandma.
even know. I didn't even know. They went. My mom, my uncle was on parole. They drove my grandma and my tia to come see me 9 hours. I was like, what the hell? And I seen them. They're over there. They dropped them off and they had to take off. They're all. They had a 30 pack. I was like, what the? They're like, ay, mijo. I was like, what the hell? And then I go and see my grandma. I was like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, I didn't even know you guys.
Sweet.
That shit's crazy.
I'm sure you needed it though, you know?
At that point, I was like, damn, I need to get my shit together. Like, I want to go home. This sucks.
Got it.
Yeah, but that shit was fun. And then after that, I get out. And then it was.
Because you got out at what time? You went at
I was
15?
17 now.
Okay. And so now you're out and you're healthy.
Yeah.
You're thinking you're all cool, huh?
I was all cool. What the hell? I was all
What
cool.
about girls? Did you have girls write you or anything like that?
Yeah, shit, man. As a matter of fact, there was like a little puppy love girl. She was kind of staying at the pad when I was up there in camp and shit. You know, she would come see me in juvenile hall. She was like puppy love. And then one day, I don't know what they said, my primos or something. Hey, before we seen her, she was in a car full of dudes. I was like, fuck that.
Get her out of here.
Yeah, she's gone. Yeah, I had girls. Yeah, I had girls. I think at the time I was already being with my baby mom, like on and off.
Okay.
You know, we were together since we were young. So yeah, I always had a girl.
A girl.
Yeah,
He's like, let me rephrase that.
one girl. I always had one. But yeah,
Okay, so you get out, you're 17. What do you do?
we have a party. Get home. There's like homies there and homegirls, tias, primos. Everyone's there. Barbecue. I remember coming home. I just wanted to take a shower, get dressed, and just kick it. And then we try to leave that night. It was a big old thing. My grandma got pissed. The next day I leave and we get into some shit. I almost get busted. We get away. The homies get busted. And after that, I was like, man, I need to kick back. So I get a job. I start working.
This is your first job ever?
No, I had a job when I was 15.
Okay.
I had a job when I was 15. I was working as a dishwasher. But yeah, I always could get a job. But I just started working. Like I needed to get a job. And then I got a car. Like I started trying to do good, you know, like trying to behave. But still doing stupid shit, you know. And then I actually stay out from 17, 18, 19. Then when I catch the case to go to prison.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah.
So you did good.
I ended up having my son, you know what I
Okay.
mean? I was taking care of a baby that wasn't mine. It was me and my baby mom. It was her baby sister.
Okay.
And my baby mom's mom ends up going to prison. Like she's
Kind of like the same situation
yeah,
with you and your sister.
Yeah, so
Got
that
it.
little girl lands to my baby mom, and that's my girl. So she's a baby. She's like 3 months old. So now it's like, boom.
Now you have to take care of like a whole family.
And I was like 17. That's when that happened. 17, 18, 19. Then I had my son. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what we had, like our own little place. Like
the whole little same cycle, huh?
We were like living like little adults at that time. You know what I mean? We had cars. I had a car. She had a car. You know, like we had it going on. We were trying. You know what I mean?
Doing your best.
Yeah. Everything that little girl had, you know, I got it for her. You know, Pampers. She had a dad though too. He would get money. He would get money. That was her dad too. My baby mom's dad too. You know what I mean? So, but
Mom's was just running wild.
no, she wasn't actually. It's a long story. That's their story.
Yeah,
They
that's
could
their
tell
story.
it.
Yeah.
But mom's did her thing. I don't know. So, but next thing you know, we had this baby. So
Yeah.
that's what kept me out. Boom, and then I think at that time doing what we like, it was build up. You know what I mean? Because we were doing all kinds of shit. We thought we were doing cool. We got jobs and we're doing this on the side, doing that, and boom, everything just comes crashing down. You know, for everybody. You know what I mean? And for me, I ended up catching a case right before they came and hit everybody too. You know what I mean? So everything just came crashing down at that time. But I ended up catching my case, a state case, for was it? It's for a home invasion robbery. It was up because it was a home invasion robbery, assault with a firearm, and enhancements. You know what I mean? But what made it fucked up is that there was 5 people that were in there. I didn't know that there was gonna be 5 people that was in there. You know what I mean? So that made everything like,
Worse.
yeah, because it's 5 counts of everything. So I was like, son of. I get to the county jail. They said you got $1 million bail. I was like, what the
Yo,
hell?
I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, that shit ain't that serious, guy. You know, but it was a real serious thing, you know. And
For sure.
yeah, they were trying to give me 35 years to life, and I was fighting that for a little bit.
So now you're go to the county for your first time.
Yeah, now I'm in the county jail.
How was that experience for you? Because you've never been, obviously,
Yeah.
and you were in camp.
Yeah, county jail sucks.
Tell us about you getting there and adjusting to the county jail.
To be honest, man, I think like with the whole incarceration shit, I think we were like bred and ready for all this shit because it wasn't like nothing, to
Got
be
it.
honest. The same thing when I hit the joint. It wasn't. In a matter of fact, I feel like I was ahead of the game, you know, in comparison to my peers, kids that were 20 years old like me in the joint, in the county, wherever, you know. I'm like, man, food. I already know what time is it, you know. Like a lot of these foods didn't, you know what I mean, and that goes for foods from every area, you know, and you know it's surprising. I think that some foods from different areas, different pockets, you know, would be like on point and be like, man, for you don't know what's up, you know. So I felt like prepared. It just sucks, you know what I mean? Ain't no one trying to be in there. It was suck. And then my baby mom came to see me. So this is a big part of the story. So my son was 2 days old when I went to when I
Oh,
caught the case.
no.
2 days. So when my baby mom came to see me, that shit was like devastating because it was like we knew it was like a serious thing.
Yeah.
And like at the time, like I'm probably never gonna get out. You know what I mean? So it's like, so that shit devastated everything. It was like world upside down. You know, for everybody. I think to this day for her, and I've talked to her about it. Like that shit fucking rattled her entire world forever. You know what I mean? So she's doing good now, luckily. But it's like, damn, I her life. You know what I mean? It was bad, and that's part of my son's story too. You know, and I tell
Yeah.
him the same thing. You know, as unfortunate as it is, the reality is this is your story, kid. You know, you have one or two ways to see it. You could be like, oh, poor me, I didn't have my dad, or you'd be like, man, check me out. Despite not having my dad for the
Right.
first 9 years, you know, it's like,
I did this.
yeah, look, you know what I mean? I got it going on. And that's what I tell them. You do got it going on. You got a lot of shit going good for you, you know, so that's the story, you know. Don't you have the power to tell the story, you know. You don't let the
be it.
story tell it, you know.
Don't do like a pity party kind
Yeah,
of
fuck
vibes.
that. So yeah, he's 2 days old. Boom, go to the county jail. Same shit, program, fight the case. I end up getting a lawyer. I had a public defender at the beginning. 35 to life sounded like a long time. So I was like, man, let's get a lawyer. Shout out to all the homies, my primos, my mom, my tios. Everyone was like, man, let's get this fool a lawyer, you know. This was in 2008. And yeah, we ended up getting a lawyer. And this fool came in and started shooting his shit. He actually helped my primo on something before. It was the same lawyer. And he got it down to like 22 years, 1 strike, no life. And then he got it down to like 16 years, 2 strikes. Then 15 years, 2 strikes. And then he was at 12 years, 1 strike, and I was going to take the deal. And I was like, I told him, go ask my grandma. My grandma said no, because everyone will go to court on my family. My grandma said no. We come back to court, and they're at 10 years, 1 strike. And I'm like, I'm taking this shit.
Yes.
You know, and I told my lawyer, go ask my grandma. And my grandma said no. And then dude was like, man, I think you should take it. He's like, let me go try. And he goes back, talks to the DA, and he comes back with 9 years and 1 strike. I said, go ask my grandma. My grandma said, yeah. You know, so I was like,
Your
fuck
grandma's
it.
down, huh?
Well, my grandma's the one, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
that's the one, you know, my grandma, that's a big reason why we are the way we are, you know, who we are, because who we come from. My grandma, my grandpa, they're great people, like real life greatness, you know, like if you sit in, you know, everyone, you could feel it about them and the way they went about their life, all the relationships they had and how they always kept up their end of the deal to whatever, you know, loyal people, strong people, don't take no shit. My grandma was 4 feet 11. She had all the power in her hand, you know, like that. Whatever she says goes because she earned that, you know. And I tell all my nephews and shit, you know, we're direct descendants from that. You know what I mean? You guys consider yourself lucky. We got that blood in our streams here. So that explains that if you were to ever meet my family, you'll be like, oh shit. You know, there's multiple of me's in there. Like we're some bad. It's not by accident. You know, it's because of my grandma and my grandpa, what they've been through, who we come from. You know what I mean? So like going to the joint, doing all this shit, like I said, is generational. It's almost hereditary. It's unfortunate, but the elders been jailing since the 70s and 80s and 90s. Here we come. Now it's the 2000s. What do you expect? All of us, we go to jail. We go to the joint. Now this younger generation, hopefully, and God forbid, but none of them seem to be heading that
Oh,
direction.
good.
So, but yeah, that's my grandma. My grandma's the one. Yeah, Lady Gonzalez. She's a great. When she passed away, a lot of people came. It was like 400 or 500 people. A lot of people came to see her lay to rest. But yeah. So I get to the joint. Well, oh yeah. So I signed my deal.
You signed your deal.
Yeah, I
We're still
signed
in
my
the
deal.
county.
I signed
How
those
long did you
papers.
fight your case for?
Like 11, 12 months.
What would you say was the craziest thing you saw or experienced in the county in 2008? I was fighting my case in 2008 too. Just kidding.
I don't know. It's crazy. And shit was all stupid and crazy. uh. Nothing too crazy. I mean, typical shit: riots, people getting beat up,
So your experience
people
in that,
getting assaulted.
your experience a riot in there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, it was fun. It just typical, action. Nothing too crazy. Typical. Anything you hear, any other county jail, maybe not L.A. counties. They say L.A. County is like.
Oh, because you're over here in San
Yeah, I'm from
Bernardino.
I'm from
Okay.
yeah.
My bad.
We're from the IE, dog.
Yeah,
We
my
gotta keep
bad. That's
keep
fine.
that at the forefront. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, yeah. So it was probably a little, I guess, calmed down from over there, but it's the same shit popping every single day. It's a madhouse in there.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
So you get sentenced to 9 years and one strike
And 85%.
and
Yeah.
85%. So where did you go?
I went to Tehachapi. I went to I went to reception. Boom, stay there for a little bit.
And how was that? Just chilling in one room?
It was crazy. I mean, now it's like, damn, now you're at the big house. You know what I mean? So I did have that. I remember that like coming on to me like, damn. But I was super ready. I was super prepared. I felt like mentally, like I've been waiting for this.
Your whole life.
Yeah. So and I didn't take it lightly because this is the place where you don't. You know what I mean? Like people don't come back from places like this. You may not make it home. So I took it very serious, but I was having fun with it, making the best of it. I like to clown and joke around and shit. So that was me all day in there talking shit. Sometimes it got me into shit. Sometimes it didn't. But, now I'm in the big house. I remember thinking this shit's serious now and, just getting with it, ready for whatever. Yeah.
And your family was always there for you, very supportive and all of that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. At the time, it's funny. Me and my mom, my mom who raised me, we weren't even talking. Like she was she was mad at me. We were mad at each other, I think. But that's when I was like, you know what, Mom, don't even trip. I love like. She's like, hell no. You better send me what you want for a package, or I'm just gonna send you a bunch of bullshit. I was like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I got everything. Sure enough, she sends me a package full of bullshit. I'm like, man,
She told you.
yeah, I don't want this. I don't want this. But then send me what you. I was like, shit.
That's what you get, fool. She
Yeah,
told
my
you.
mom was always there.
Yeah.
She always, and then not only that, she was always there out here for my son. Because my mom lives in a different state, and she would always, like for his birthdays, for everything, she'll fly in, fly out. She would get him for the summers. All my family, they were always there for my son. So, like, for me and my son, I would ride him a lot. I would talk to him a lot. My baby mom would come visit me in the joint, stuff
Okay.
like that. So, like, when I came home, it was like we never missed a beat.
That's dope.
Yeah, because
That's
and I
love.
credit that to like my family because he was so in tune with my family. My sisters, he used to live with my sisters, with my tia. He has all these memories of his childhood always with them.
Your family, yeah.
So for those reasons, like I feel like that's what made mine and his relationship. I was so relevant in his life, even though I wasn't there, because they made it that way. So
Yeah.
they shot that shit. Shout out to all my family. They know it too. My mom is a big deal. My sisters, they did their thing. My tias, my family. So
So
yeah.
you're in Tehachapi. You're done with reception. You go to Tehachapi.
No, that's Tehachapi is reception.
Oh, okay. So
Then I go
how
to
long were you there for?
I was there for like 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah, 5
And then you go where?
I go to another joint. I go to Ironwood, and then I was in Ironwood for a couple years. Just all kinds of things transpired there, back and forth to the hole. But I started living in there. I started living, like, I seen what was available. I was like, man, this is cool. I need me a phone. Boom, boom, boom. You know, like, I started like, okay, cool. Baby mom coming to visit me. Like, let's go. And we
It's
live.
like you were living your best life in there.
Way better
I
than
mean, you were
county
living the
jail.
best life that you could live in
Yeah,
there.
hell yeah.
You were the man in your own way.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wasn't the man on the yard, nothing like that.
No. I just mean in your own way within you, like you were feeling
Yeah,
like
I was cool. We're chilling,
yeah.
like I'm here. I might as well get comfortable. I'm gonna be here for a minute. You know what I mean? Get some stuff going on. Baby mom coming to visit, stuff like that. Just living it up, chilling. And then boom, prison life, end up in the hole. Gotta go back, gotta do this, end up back, going to the other yard, go back to the hole, riot kicks off, go back to the hole, shit like that. It just starts happening. Get caught with life, go back to the hole. Next thing you know, you're going to the shoe. Next thing you know, you're going to another joint. Next thing you know, that's just
The cycle.
prison life.
That's the cycle that exactly like you said, prison life.
Yeah.
Did you get drunk in there? Did you?
Oh, we would get drunk. I mean, I'm
You're not a
all
drug
the time.
user.
Yeah. No, I never been a drug user. I never been addicted to nothing. I smoke weed and shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would never.
Because
As a matter of fact, I always had like a hard stance on like people, especially when I hit the joint and as a young man, any of the young homies like my age and shit, and if they would use like heroin or if they would use hard drugs, if they're like strung out and shit, I'll give them a hard time. And we collectively, we had a little group of us that were like healthy little youngsters on the yard, working out, playing ball all day, every day.
As it should be.
And some of the other homies our age, like it just like put a bad taste in our mouth that you fools are all strung out over here. You're fucking 20 years old. Don't get your ass over here. So we would push that line. A lot of us. As I grew, I kind of like softened it. I understood. I don't judge nobody who does that at all. My people were heroin addicts. You know what I mean? Everybody was some type of an addict. There's a lot of addiction runs in the family. So I don't judge nobody. But at that time, I just had like a stance on it, like, nah, get that shit away from me. I didn't want no Sally's who used nothing. I didn't like that shit. But in time, I got Sally who was like functioning addict. They need that shit. It's tough for them, so I don't judge them, But yeah, I don't do drugs or nothing like that. We would get our hands on it, do what we got to do, make a living. Same thing with the drink, with the Pruno. We would party here and there. We'll smoke some weed, celebrate birthdays and holidays. Typical shit, but nothing crazy, We were just trying to live our best life and have a good time while we could, and be ready for whatever. That's it, yeah. Yeah, it was experience, but you also there's a lot of people, like a lot of downtime, a lot of one-on-one time with you and yourself.
Tell us,
know what I mean?
Tell us about your downtime with you and yourself.
And then you got to think everybody got something going on the streets. You know what I mean? So when you have that downtime, that's a lot of time when you reflect. I took advantage of it. I feel like I made conscious decisions to get in there, on myself. You know what I mean? Like I started going to college in there. I took college courses and shit, and like I try to dive deep into me. Like, why am I like this, man? Do I want to be like this all forever? Do I want to be in a box forever? No, hell no. So what do I got to do? So I started going into like child development, logic and critical thinking. It's boring ass shit, psychology 101. And you break down yourself, you unpack yourself. So I did a lot of that. A lot of people do. That's why you see a lot of us come out from the joint and you see a lot of them are, well-versed, articulate, people study, people educate themselves, and they help themselves grow. Not everybody, but, that's kind of what the main thing of going to prison. This, you're going to change, in one way or another. And I took advantage of it, and I dove deep.
I love that you say that because that is so true that you say that, because going to prison, you are going to change. You're either going to fall deeper into like an addiction and just be strung out, or you're going to fall into a different life, which we already know what kind of life, or you're going to find yourself.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. There you go. Find yourself. That's what it is. Because we don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? It's just, that's your time to reflect. What else you gonna do? You gotta. I felt that I needed to do something like that. I owe it to like my son, man. You know what I mean? For me to come out here and just to be same shit, not give a me just come out and go right back. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I took it upon myself. I started getting deep. I started writing a lot. That's where like the poetry comes from. That's where
Oh, so you write. You write.
yeah, that's where it all started from. You know, like poetry, writing, essays, digging deep on myself. You know what I mean? And that's where I did a lot of that shit in there.
That's
A lot of
cool.
people do. A lot of homies do. That's why you see, that's why you see a lot of homies that are fortunate to come out. A lot of homies that are unfortunate that ain't coming out, man. But if them guys would have the chance to come out, they'll be a completely different person. They ain't
I
gonna come
agree.
out here running around doing stupid shit, man. Ain't nobody trying to be in that box. It's not a way to live. It's just not natural. You put a bird in a cage. That's not natural. The bird will start plucking its feathers and become depressed and they'll want to die. It's not natural. A bird wants to be out flying.
Flying.
You put a fucking human being in a cage. You put a monkey in a cage. It's not natural. So why you want to live like that? So you got to make them decisions. You got to. Well, you don't have to because motherfuckers, you see it all the time, in and out, revolving door. And I don't judge those people neither.
I think like for those people, yeah. I mean, who are we to judge, right? I'm an addict myself, right? But I just think the addiction is stronger.
It's tough.
So it's not that they want to be in and out. It's just that they just can't handle real
tough.
life. They just rather get high.
It's tough. Exactly. It's easy.
It's so
It's
easy.
easy. It's tough for them to get out of
And
it.
then, and it's super selfish. Super selfish, especially like right now you said like, I owe it to my son.
Yeah.
They don't, they feel like the fact people owe it to them. Like, I'm in here, I'm in and out. Like, poor me. Like, bro, stop.
Exactly. They just in the wrong mind, and yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that's the realities of it, But I wasn't gonna be that, so I came out. I try to be good.
So how many different prisons did you go
I
to?
went to one, two. I only went to three. To Hatchby, I went to Ironwood, and then I laid over in Chino one time in the hallway, and then I went to sleep.
What does that even mean?
In the hallway, literally, we spent the night in the hallway in a cage.
Ah, okay.
We were traveling, and then I went to Salinas Valley, and that's where I paroled from.
Got it. Yeah. What would you say was the nicest thing you experienced in your whole 9 years?
Nice?
Yeah, like something nice that you remember that was like very touching to you,
I don't know if it was touching, but we had a blast. A blast one time on my Sally's birthday, man. That fool turned 21, and we had a blast. We had a gang of weed. I don't know. We were smoking full ass blunts on the yard.
Damn.
Yeah, like we had pisto. We had gang of weed. Like we rolled a lot of joints. And then me and my Sally, we made a bunch of food, and we went out to Night Yard, and we had a big old bag of food, all this shit on us, and we go out to Night Yard, and we just started inviting everybody who's right there, all the homies, hey, and we got fucked up out there. We were out there just shit like that. It was like we weren't even in jail.
You guys, which was good. You probably needed an escape.
Yeah,
that was like your escape for the night.
It was just crazy. It was like,
and
I remember that shit.
The CEOs just saw you guys blazing it?
They tried to tell us something one time, and like, you guys break up the group. We're eating, you guys want a burrito too? They're like, hell, we were just talking shit, like, and they just left. It was Night Yard, Typically at Night Yard, everyone gets their, get G'd up, get their white tee on, get their little cup, go outside and just cruise, walk around,
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We went out there and partied, and yeah, I'll never forget that shit. It was fun. It was my Sally, the homie Bird and shit. Matter of fact, that's my boy. Like, I still see him. Like, he's out too now, He's out, so we're both out. So, like, and I remember I did a drawing for, like, he remembers my son when my son was little. I remember his son when his son was little. You know what I mean? I did his son a drawing.
So you draw as well?
To this day. Not anymore, but yeah, in there I did.
Okay.
To this day, the little boy still has it. He's big now. Our kids are big. But it's a trip that we're out here now. I'm going to see that fool later on, man.
Living your best lives.
Yeah, he got kids. I got kids. Like family. We're doing our thing. We work. We do take care of our stuff,
Yeah.
We don't want no smoke. We don't want, you know what I mean?
No.
We're just trying to live, man. So shit like that. That was his birthday that we celebrated that day. And it's just something that I never did it like that again. It's like, damn, fool, this shit was bad. We still talk about it. Shit
that's
like
dope.
that. That's stuff like that's nice to do. There was a time where we could start going to like self-help stuff like that, where before we were like, we ain't going to that shit, and then there came a time where it was like, everyone go get something under their belt, some type of certificate, whatever. And they started a creative writing class, and me and like 5 homies went. But inside that class, it was nice because it kind of like guards were down for everybody, for the blacks, for the white boys, for the norteños, you know, for us. Like, we're all in here and we're just in a creative writing class, and these are very talented people, you know. Everybody in there that writes, they're bad, you know. So we're in here, and it's just like guards, like you could put your guard down for a little bit in here, and everybody's sharing their writing and shit like that. Something like that, I always remember. Like, damn, that's when I was like, man, this writing shit's pretty powerful. Cause this guy right here, I know he'll take my damn head off, you know, at any moment, right? And here we are, we're able. It's almost like we're very vulnerable at that time, you know. But we know what's up. Everybody knows what time it is. But it's like, damn, that's just badass. What you're talking about right there, with your writing, that shit's hard, you know. Full blown enemy, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So stuff like that. That's when I was like, man, this writing shit, the words you know, yeah. Cool. So stuff like that is like out of the ordinary. One time we played a basketball game against the blacks. We played a basketball game, like first time ever, you know what I mean? Like, and it was a good ass experience. Like, we practiced. We would pop other homies out of the block, you know, like it was a tournament, everything. The COs, everybody was involved with this shit, you know, like we had like sodas on the line. It was a big deal, very big deal.
Of course.
Very big deal. It was history.
Something to like look forward to, like.
It was historic. It never happened.
Practice and everything, you know?
And mind you, we're just little old Mexicans, you know. These guys are 6, 7, you know.
Who won?
I'll get there. Nah, them won, but these fools, and they were cool too. They were good ass people too, but they had some ballers on there. We had some ballers. We're just not that tall, you know. But they put out a line. They're like, we're gonna smash you guys by 10 points, you know. So everyone started betting. The homies, I was like, take the bets. Everyone take the bets. They're not gonna beat us by 10 points, you know. They're like, yeah, we got this shit easy. They beat us by 4 points, so we won the bets, but we lost. We lost the game.
The bets is what matters, though.
Yeah, it was a good time. But something like that, you know, that was historic. This never happened.
Those are like big memories for you. That
was nice to actually do it. Like, what? I was a starting point guard. I was coach. You know what I mean? I was assistant coach. The other homie was coaching and refereeing. But yeah, it was a good time. Shit like that. You know, and that was on a level 4 180. You know what I mean? So that shit was a big deal.
For sure.
Yep. Other than that, everything else.
Pretty normal stuff.
Pretty normal, typical prison. All the. I know you guys want to hear all about the nasty guts and shit.
Nah, I don't want to hear about the nasty guts. That's just what people tell us. I always just say what's the craziest. That's just the craziest to them. I don't want to hear like. You know what I'm saying?
But like probably the viewers.
Viewers are
But you guys ain't gonna hear
that but you know
today.
what? The way I like the way you speak. I like how you express yourself. I like how you're carrying yourself. Like, I think that's what people want to see. Yeah. That, you know, it's just. I guess there's like different levels of, you know, viewers. They're the younger ones.
Yeah, for sure.
They're the younger ones that want to see the little.
And the younger ones is kind of the ones I'm really trying to talk to, or really, because my nephews, I already know, they're all pumped up about this, you know.
Oh, I love that.
All of them are, because they're like my number one fans. They're the ones that's pushing me to do my music and shit like that.
Okay, we're gonna get there.
Okay.
So let's, because you already did your 9 years. You already told me about your experience. Basically, you said Salinas, and that's where you paroled from. Did you always know your date?
Well, I had 9 years. But when I was only supposed to do like, cause it's 9 with 85, and then plus good time from the county, blah blah blah. I was supposed to do like 7 years, you know.
But you ended up doing what?
The complete 9.
9.
Yeah.
So
I did actually, like a couple weeks before I get out, the lieutenant was like, man, he got me like 30 days restoration of credits and shit. So I did like, he got me 60 days. I did 8 years, 10 months. So he got me, you know, I was supposed to do the 9 flat. And like a couple weeks before, he's like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, what the hell? Hey, I'm going home. And
that's what I was about to say. Yeah. How did you find out? That's when you found out that you were going home. You called your family, and then what happened?
They went to pick me up all the way up there in Salinas Valley. They brought my son, my 2 sisters. My sister and my mom, they live in a different state, so they flew over here. And my mom was waiting at the house, cooking food. And they went up there the night before and spent the night. They got a hotel. And then boom, they were right there early to pick me up. And that shit was crazy. It's just to get out there and see my son, boom, right away. Somebody has a video of it somewhere. I wasn't crying.
You probably were. If you were, so what?
My eyeballs were sweating.
Real mans do cry.
Nah, it was just one of those moments like, damn, you know, finally home, and then got with my sisters.
And you drove back.
We drove all the way back. We went.
So you had all those hours to, you know, say, kind of unwind
Yeah.
and just relax in the car and enjoy
That's
the
exactly
company.
what it was. It was 8 hour drive, I think, 7.5 hour drive, and exactly what it was. Boom, we crashed out. My son fell asleep on me, like we crashed out together. Like get to unwind, get to prepare, kind of like, man, are you ready, brother? Are you ready? Like, yeah, let's go. So yeah, it was a good. I came home to a good support system. My family, my family's big. There's a lot of us, and it's a big deal. To
Of
come home
course.
like that. So I come home and
And by then, everybody's okay now.
for the most
Except-
part, yeah. For the most part, like a lot of my primos too, like they're not really in and out, going to jail or nothing no more. They got kids, they got jobs, they're trying to get their shit together too. Like, so yeah, that's exactly what it is. But they still live in the hood.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it all comes to you, no matter what. You know what I mean? Even if you're trying to be Mr. Peaceful Guy and be good, you walk outside, that shit might be right at your doorstep, and you may not have no choice but
Yeah.
to do what you
Yeah.
got to do. And that's what it is. But yeah, everyone's doing good, so we start doing good.
What would you say was the hardest thing for you to adjust to in the beginning?
It was pretty easy. It was a lot of people were even surprised, like, man, it's like nothing. It's like it was nothing. Like, some people are scared to be around people, big crowds. I don't know. I was cool. I was with it all. I hit the ground running. Boom. Got my ID, got all that shit, got a job right away, got a car right away. Like, I just hit the ground running, get going, and then I quit that job. Every job I just continue to elevate, better
good.
job, better
And
job.
how long have you been out?
I've been out. So I got out in 2017.
Okay.
So in 2017 when I got out, and then
You've been out for a
and
few
with it,
years.
yeah, I've been out for a minute. So within that time though, shit breaks down, and then I probably restarted probably 2 times already. You know what I mean?
Which is normal.
Which is about normal too, yeah. So and then to get me to the point where I'm at now, and it's like we're a good spot. You know what I mean? Everybody's doing good. Everybody's healthy. I think a lot of people are like in a healthy mind frame. You know what I mean? Like my family, everyone's doing good. Everyone's strong. My grandma passed away a few years ago, and I think after that, it's been tough for everybody because my grandma was everything. So I feel like right now.
Were
like,
you out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I came home, my grandma had dementia, so she didn't remember me.
Oh no, how was that for you?
That was tough. But we had a moment where she did remember.
Oh, tell us about
Like
that moment.
we just knew it. Where everybody just knew it. She was like, "What the hell?" She just knew. She was just looking like, and she just kept touching my face, like, and looking at my tia, like, this is it. Like, because when they go dementia, they act like a baby. They go all the way back, and they don't know what they're doing. So when she was almost acting like a baby in that moment, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is him. So it's like, this is grandma. That's it. I'm cool. And then she passed away, and then, yeah, she passed away, and then it was tough for everybody. It still is. It still is. We celebrate Dia de los Muertos. My grandma passed away on November 1st, I think, which is the All Saints Day or All Souls Day. So it kind of falls right in there. So she's with us all the time, and we really believe in that.
Of course.
We see a monarch butterfly pass by, we know that's my grandma. Even the little kids that may not even know my grandma, they're like, look at my grandma. You know
I
what I mean?
believe in all of that.
Yeah. So, but I feel like right now the family, boom, everyone's tight, everyone's doing good, everyone's on the up and up. Struggles, you know what I mean?
It's normal part of life.
Everything, but it's not like like big families. There's always conflict. Oh, I'm not talking to that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Oh, we're not talking right now.
Right now.
Yeah. So I think like right now, a lot of people, everyone's getting along. You know what I mean? So it's good vibes only. Good vibes only.
Good.
That's what's happening right now.
That's good. So you mentioned earlier that you rap as well.
Yeah.
When did you decide that you want to be a rapper?
I just popped out just
Okay.
recently. Yeah, like, but my YouTube channel is like a month old or 2 months old. My first post was on July 1st, so that's when it all.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get it popping for you.
Yeah,
we're
check
gonna
it
do
out.
our best at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, we
We're
got
gonna do
shit
our
out.
best.
We got shit out right now. I just released 3 music videos in the last month. Just run it up. Yeah, go check it out.
Good.
Yeah, we got shit. We got shit coming up.
And you
Man.
know what the best part about this is that you already been out for such a long time that there's nothing that could stop you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like,
it's motivation a lot right now because, like I said, like my nephews, the kids, all everybody, they like it. They're the ones that are pushing me to do this. If it wasn't for them, I'll probably just because, like I said, I've been writing poetry forever, so that's where it all stems from. And then I came home and been messing with it, trying to put a poem onto a beat isn't the easiest thing. Now the music is becoming music. It's less poetry it sounds like less of a poem on a beat. It sounds more like a song now. So it's kind of like evolved there. Been putting work in there. And now the kids, my nephews, my family, my primos, primas, everybody, they all want to, hey, primo, let me get a song. I've been emailing it to them. So I said, we're just going to drop it out for everybody. Let's see what everybody says. You know, and so far the response has been good, man. Shout out everybody been tapping in, man. With us.
Hey, he's good already too, huh?
Yeah, fuck with us, man.
I love that.
Media train. We also got fucking my brand right here. We just got the LLC, so I'm co-owner of Frontliners Worldwide. Stay tuned. Keep a lookout for our fall drop. That's what really we're gonna try to roll out like a righteous fall drop. You know, with some,
more sweaters.
Yeah, well, more. We got some shit.
I'm gonna need one.
Is it? I got you.
So
I brought you guys a shirt. I brought you and Icon a shirt right
Thank you.
now. We're barely in the beginning stages, so don't judge
Don't worry, man. Come on.
Nah, I just nah, but yeah, we coming up all the way around, like I said, man. And then, you know, platforms like this, that's what I'm saying. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of homies. There's a bunch of raza out here doing their thing right now, which is a badass sight to see. You know, it's beautiful to see. It's minus all the
drama.
Yeah, the comadre shit.
But you know what it is? And this is something, I don't know if I had a dream about it last night. I bullshit you not. Or I just was thinking about it. But it's like, I really do feel like our people that have these platforms, like even the rappers, just the podcasters, like you need to actually create content and stop trying to make content out of you talking shit about the next man.
That's a good point, because I think that's what it is. They might be struggling for content. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a content creator, but I'm pretty sure it's probably
but you are
hassle.
a content creator. If you make music, that's content.
Oh yeah, I guess now. So I'll stay tuned for my creative content.
Yes.
Nah, but yeah. It is though. So I be watching that people game, and there's a lot of good shit going on. A lot of platforms that have built themselves, and shout out to all the people of color, man, that are out there doing their thing. Cause years ago it wasn't a thing. This wasn't happening. Even 5 years ago, barely started. Everything.
But the whole podcasting thing has kind of helped a lot of people as well.
Man. So there's platforms for us to come and share our stories, so people could, because a lot of people, they look at us Chicanos, the cholo lifestyle, but it's a way, it's how we lived. It's not just a dress suit. It's not something we throw on. We live like this, but a lot of people from the outside in, they look at us and they judge us. They don't know us like that, man. They don't judge a life that you did not live, or you know what I mean? Like, and we really like that. We really did come up like this, man. Now, fortunately, we've made it to this point.
Yes.
That rest in peace, all the people who didn't make it to this point. There's a lot of people that didn't make it, or they're locked in a box forever. Free the frontliners, man. These people ain't never coming home. You know what I mean? So, fortunately, we're here. We're able to share our story from a different angle now. We're not out here causing this madre. We're not out here on the street corners doing what we used to do. You know, we already did all that bullshit. And to the people that are in that bullshit right now, good luck to you. But just know where the gonna go. You know what I mean? And I wish you the best. Some people are lost causes. Some of the youngsters, and I know that. And for those ones, I just start schooling them right away for where they're headed to. You know what I mean? But for the ones that ain't, man, come here, man. Give me a report card. Let me see. You need to, you don't need to be doing this shit, man. Get your ass home, But
like when you said right now, like the lost causes, there's one thing to be with it, game banged out, than to be on drugs.
Right.
Like there's levels. Like you're a lost cause when you're on freaking drugs. When you're just game banged out, that's a whole different kind of lost cause. Right. Like that's just the way it is.
You're gonna learn the hard way, for
exactly.
sure. Exactly.
But the drug addict kids, like, bro, you have a bigger chance to be free.
Drugs is tough, man, especially right now, man. I actually just wrote a song, and we're gonna shoot the video on Sunday. It's about the drug use, man. It's about, you know what I mean? This shit ain't no joke, man. The blues and all this shit that they got going on, fentanyl and shit like that. Shit ain't no joke, man. And gambling with your life, that's on you. But, I think it's about time in general, people start opening their eyes, man, because this shit ain't no joke. Ain't nobody want to be doing incarceration. You don't want to live in a concrete casket or a fine box anytime soon.
Yeah.
We trying to make it, shit, if I could, I would live to 100 years old and be an old man, if I could, if that's what's in the plans,
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do, man. And we ain't trying to do that bullshit, man. What the hell wrong with people, man? Get your shit together.
Get it right. Get it tight, right?
Nah, but yeah, back to like all the platforms and shit, with all the comadre shit. I think in general too, all the homies, man, need to tighten that shit up. I don't think that shit's necessary. You know what I mean? You will never, anywhere I go, I'm not gonna speak on another man, you know, in any type of way unless I'm telling him to his face, like, hey man, this is how I feel about you in real life. Let's go talk over here. You know, definitely not on a camera and say, hey, this guy, and blah blah, or some guys that are 800 miles away in the Bay Area. I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about them, man. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you, how are you gonna deal with people? Because people are gonna talk shit.
That's
how are you gonna are you gonna, like, you know, how are you gonna, are you ready to, are you ready for all of
why
that?
wouldn't I be? I mean,
I don't know, I'm asking.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, was I even ready for this interview? You know what I mean? So we're just winging it, you know what I mean? And everything that comes is gonna come, you know, naturally and organically, the negative and the positive.
For sure.
Anything you do, people are gonna have an opinion. Like I have an opinion just now about, you know, the what's happening and all the bullshit, right? That's my opinion. We all have it. So yeah, it's all welcome. You know what I mean? It ain't no thing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we know what we got going on here.
For sure.
You know, we got a message to push. You know, we got. I feel like my words and my music need to be heard. There's some kids out there that could take some shit. You know, and a lot of my shit is spun poetically. So yeah, it's not glorifying the life. It's the realities that we had to get through to get here, you know, and it's all, you know, reality with like a poetic twist, you know what I mean? Nice. So it's not necessarily concrete truth, you know what I mean? It's like it's entertainment, you know. So but it's a lot of people can relate. A lot of kids can hear it. A lot of grown men can hear it. Women and be like, oh yeah, I could relate to that, man. Right, he was right about that, you know. So stuff like that. So I think it's about time we're gonna push that shit.
Yes.
We're gonna pop out. We already did shit. We got more shit on the way. We got, you know, videos in the vault. We got music in the vault. Thank you for everybody been tapping in and tuning in, because that's really the motivation. That's like the measuring stick, you know, to kind of say, throw it out there and see what they say. If everyone says, hey man, if everyone just says, don't do this no more, man, I'll probably be like, you're probably right, man.
But everybody's like, go ahead.
It's been the opposite, yeah. It's been a lot of good feedback. You get a couple negative comments here and there, which is to be expected. But for the most part, it's like, damn, let us get some more. Where can we find your music? Where's this? You know. So that's what we're looking for. And if that's the case, then I think it's only right that you know, we give the people what they want, man. So we got some shit in the vault, and you guys can stay tuned for everything Brown Man got going on. Brown, it's not just me, my primos, my family, my team. You know what I mean? Everybody's
nice.
Yeah, they're the ones that's pushing it all. They're the ones that's pushing me to do it all. So, yep.
It's gonna be good for you.
Yeah, I don't think so. Even if it's bad, it's good, man. No matter what.
Because you're doing something that you enjoy as well, you know, and your nephews are super pumped up about it.
Yeah, they like it, you know. So probably, like, you never know, it might turn into, for them too, they might get their hands on a camera. They might start editing some shit, you know what I mean? It might take them that towards the direction they never thought they would go neither. As opposed to back in the days, the direction is get in the car and mad dog everyone, let's go. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So now it's like, now we ain't doing that shit. It's like, man, pick up some editing or something, you know?
Love that.
Jump in the studio, you little motherfucker, you know?
Yeah.
So
that was good.
Yeah, things is changing, man. But yeah, for sure, it's only up from here, man. It's only up from here.
Well, I appreciate you just sharing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to share that you haven't shared before we go?
No, I think that's it, man. We pretty much covered it all. Shout out to everybody, man, that's doing their thing in a real life way, whether my opinion, whether anyone's opinion matters to you or not, doesn't. You know, just keep doing your thing, keep going up. All the people of color, man, that are doing their thing. It's a beautiful sight to see. Don't stop, man. It's only up. In general, as a whole, the community, Chicanos, Raza, you know, Mexicanos. Shout out to all the African Americans, to all the black homies. You know, everybody that's doing their thing. You know, it's a good thing to see. So yeah, just keep doing their thing and shit. I'm happy to come join you. Yeah, we're pushing it. We're gonna start pushing it too. So we'll start mingling and start networking with some of these cats. Shout out everybody. Follow Brown _man _IE. Frontliners Worldwide. Tap in. There's a website already. It's a Shopify website. Our real website's under construction. Tap in though. You can place your order there. Stay tuned for our fall drop. That's it. Shout out Indicted TV, LA Icon, Negra. You guys doing your shit. Let's go.
You. And we're definitely gonna put all your tags on the Instagrams, and we're gonna collab, and we're gonna do all of that.
Run it up.
Yes.
Let's go.
Well, again, thank you.
That's pretty much it. Yep. Thank you.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.